Meet you too, bro. Big fan.
All right. So,
Can you hear me good?
yes, sir, I can. Yes, I can. All
Awesome.
right. So, how can I help you today?
Oh, shoot. Let's see. Where should I start? Um, I I mainly bought like the online meeting because I wanted to learn more like how to resell on eBay. Because right now I've been selling on Facebook Marketplace and that's been working pretty good. But I kind of want to I need help like transitioning to eBay and how to make my items pass on there because I've been noticing like every time I list my item, it always gets taken down. Like I've only been able to pass one of my AirPod Maxes on there.
Mm. Okay. So, number one, right? So, I'm assuming we're just doing replicas.
Yeah,
Yep. Okay. Perfect. All right. So, let's do this. I'm going to screen share with you real quick. Um, I could tell you exactly what the problem may be. Um, and so you said you were doing this successfully on Facebook Marketplace, right?
yeah,
All right, bet. So mostly what the problem could be is that you're having an issue. So if we look up AirPod Maxes, correct?
yeah.
All right. Let me look this up. I'm gonna pull up something 1 second. All right. All right, so let's look at this one right here. So this one, as we see, it says 25, so 25, so it's 245. So if we open this up, you see how this person obviously has had this up successfully, right? So
Yeah.
why? That would be the question. Why is this successfully up? Well, looking at this person has no history or anything, which is pretty interesting. But we can see that this person has 2 listings up, but 30 items sold, right? So we would assume that this person is selling headphones. Normally, when you see the available inventory stock go all the way up and then go all the way down, this could necessarily, it could be bots, fake, but this is not real. These are not real. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because it's important not to measure yourself against others on here, but I'm going to show you a key thing to look for. So we see 85 sold right here. This looks more realistic, but the picture is crappy. But the picture may be looking this way for a certain reason. And I would say because they don't want it to get taken down, they removed the box. Little things like this you want to pick up on, but if you look right here, it says 85 sold. We go to his eBay store. You see this person does this, and he does this. This is what he does, right? He sells Maxes and he also sells phones. But as you see, if we scroll all the way down, we will see that he has sold items that were not at all in that realm. So, prime example, t-shirts, games. I don't know what the hell, a Microsoft thing, and more games. The reason he did this is because he primed his eBay account. So different from Facebook Marketplace, you have to prime your eBay account before you start listing high ticket items. Priming that account would mean that you would have to list smaller items first in order to build up this type of transaction. So let me ask you this: how long have you had your eBay?
So my first one, I had that one for a while, and that's when I was like reselling or selling other stuff. and
Okay.
then that's when I got one of my AirPod Maxes to pass, and then I got banned on there. I made a new account, and then I started listing them again.
Why you get banned? Is it because you listed it as real?
I think that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So now it's making sense. So what you would have to do, like with the instructions that I would tell you to do, would be to I would try and list them like this, but again, that honestly may not work. It may, but you have to get a small, like prime example, like get some chargers and just list like charging bundles or something like that. That's what I would do. I would get like some chargers or something. Um, tempered glass, like you can get these for like $1, sell them for 150. You know what I mean? You're only making $50 profit, but you got to think in the long run, we're not trying to sell these for honestly any long period of time. We're just trying to sell so that we have some type of history. Really what I see is that the ratings matter. And once you get to the point to where you have like a 90% positive rating, you're able to list. And that's sort of kind of what like eBay automation what we have is we try to keep it above the 90% because we want people to be able to list whatever. But listing the startup small um products is going to help you, especially when it comes to replicas. Why are you only selling replicas? You don't want to sell like what is something that you what made you start selling replicas basically?
Well, first, like, I started seeing people selling them on, like, Instagram, so
Okay.
I'm like, "Imma hop in the wave,"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then
Okay.
I just stuck to it just because like, there's a lot of profit, you know? And with
Yeah,
real
no, it's a lot.
products, it's not as much, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's a lot of profit, but what I will tell you, right, is like when we talk about profit, we also got to understand that with profit sometimes comes problems. And like getting the profit for a short term is cool. But then when we try to like milk it, usually this happens. Like if I was you, if I was making bread on Facebook doing it, I would have just kept doing it on Facebook and then like pivoted to like another type of product on eBay first. You know what I mean? Like, and then if I wanted, pivot back to AirPod reps on eBay. So since you sort of kind of messed up your long-term account, I would say with your short-term account, stop listing the maxes, list some small stuff, and try to just sell it for like a week. So for a week, you'll take a little hit as far as not being able to list the maxes on your eBay. But then after that week, you should have got like an order or two and ship those and have them, you know, rate you and you should be good. You should be in good standing after that.
Got you.
Yeah.
So, how do you, like, make sure it's listed as a replica? Because I see a lot of them and, like, they don't really say it's rep or, like, I don't know, they hide it really well.
Yeah. So when it comes to replicas, now do you have one-on-ones like do they look exactly the same? Have the find my iPhone function?
Yeah, like, got them right here.
Perfect. All right. So
I got, like, 10, bro.
yeah.
Really want
Okay, I got you. Right. So what I would do, and I'm just showing you so that you don't have to ask me, right? I'm gonna show you exactly what I would do because this changes. Okay. So number one, what you would do is you would look it up. Okay. Once you look it up, you're gonna go all the way down to sold item. And I'm sure you probably did this. When you're looking though, what I want you to do is start looking at the ones that don't have the box closed. The ones that don't have the box closed usually are the ones that don't get banned. Now, these ones right here, Yeah, they'll probably look like they sold and they probably did sell, but 9 times out of 10, them selling is just how it happened to you, where like you sell and then eventually you get banned. Like they're not there's no longevity in it. So prime example, I would never go this far. This looks fake. Like this completely looks fake. It looks like BS if you have to go and tear the whole thing apart just to show what it is. What I would do is mm, I would go here, but you realize they did auction style. I don't really want to do auction style. Um, I think doing out of the box like this would be good. Prime example. So you have to make sure you are looking at how they're listing them and do it exactly the same. So it looks as if it's a used. So never listed as new, or you listed as new or used.
I think I was listening to him as new, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So what I would do is, if you want, list one as new, one as used. Also, so you'll do, I don't know if you have different colors, but if you have different colors, then one color new, one used. And I know that yours, they have a seal on it, or no?
Yeah,
Yeah. So you don't want to probably break the seal. This is why it's important when we're ordering quantities as well. And you should notate this. This is with anything. When you order any type of product, always, and I'm not sure if you did or did not, always order your own self one. Like order like a sample one. Like it will eat from your profit, obviously. The reason you do it is for product pictures, because like with me, with a lot of eBay, when I was doing replicas, I would always order one for me. I would break the seal because mine have seals as well. I break the seal, I open it, I'll take a picture just like this and list it as used. And if eBay did take down my new one, they would always keep up my used one, because my used one, it looked like it was used. Now in the description, I would put, this is new. Like I would let them know it was new. And then usually what happens is they'll end up messaging you and just to confirm, is this new? You know what I mean? And then that's when you confirm it, but you can't say it on here. Also, I would not put Apple. I would just put AirPod Maxes, wireless, da da da. I wouldn't put Apple. I wouldn't put Apple as the brand. Were you putting Apple as the brand? Yeah, I wouldn't put Apple as the brand either. Um, and the reason is because when you get a copyright infringement claim put on you, the reason they can do that and then you can't appeal it is because it's not really Apple. Now you can put Apple on there and get away with it a few times, but if they catch you, you're not going to be able to appeal and succeed and successfully win. That's why I tell people, don't put the brand. Like I know you'll think it will sell faster, but when it comes to like just in case having some shit in your pocket, that's why I would not put the brand, if that makes sense. Because then I can go back to eBay like, hey, yo, I did not put the brand in my description or on the product. So this is not copyright infringement because I didn't put the brand. And then you'll win that appeal.
mm.
So
Has that
that's how
happened to
you.
you before?
Yeah. This happened to me before. I mean, it's been happening. So short story is like basically, yeah, I started selling reps in my stores, and I remember LP&I, which is it's like a auditing company in Philly or whatever. It's really everywhere, but it's with the government, and they come in, and they make sure that you're not like selling fake stuff. And they came in and they found these AirPods, and I got fined like $5,000. And I was like, well, I'll just sell them online. So then I went to go sell them online, made a whole bunch of bread, but then I got banned, and then I didn't get my money. Like I shipped out the product, I got banned. They said I would get my money in 6 months. Money never really came. They said that they issued refunds and all this BS. Then I started to search and figure out, all right, I got to get this shit together. Like, how can I make my bread back? That's how I started with selling reps. I really wanted to just get my bread back. So that's where the research came into play. But when it came to appeals, I got banned over 45 eBays. Like I have currently right now, as we speak, around like 12 eBays myself. Um, and they all list different things. I don't really sell replicas anymore because I don't really need to. And I got tired of the headache. I'm not gonna lie. Because it's like, all right, I invest all this bread, but then it's like you in the back of your head, you're always like, well, fuck, like, what if I don't really get this bread? Especially when you got to cash out. You know what I mean? When you got to cash out, it's like, damn, like I gotta take my bread out immediately because I don't want them to hold it. So it was just a lot of worry, but it still works. It's just they always are upping the security and trying to figure out ways to stop you. So you always have to revise your product, always. So yeah, but yeah, I've won plenty of appeals, just based upon just knowing exactly what I put on the listing. I always put paper trails. I always get things together, just in case.
Right.
Yep.
So you were selling at like an actual like store, like physical store.
Yeah, I've sold reps in stores and online. Yep. Um, selling. So I sold in stores. If you're asking physical customer facing, I've sold in stores, flea markets, pop-up shops. Pop-up shops and flea markets are where like I saw the most success when it came to reps, because people didn't care. Like if I go and meet somebody and like try to sell, you know, at if I go to a basketball game and I'm trying to sell reps, they don't really want it because like I'm selling the value to you, but you weren't really looking for value. But if I go to a place like a pop-up shop or a flea market, I'm showing the value, but they're buying into it because they woke up, got out of bed, put their slippers on or their shoes, went to the bank, got some cash out, and then they drove all the way to the flea market to buy shit. So like that's where you'll get a lot of sales. What state are you in?
Utah.
Okay. So does Utah do flea markets?
They got a couple here and there.
Yeah. So
Depends
like
on the season, but yeah.
yeah. I would look it up. Because Philly's the same way. Like it depends on the season, but what they do have too is pop-up shops, and they also have indoor flea markets here. So like that's where every Sunday and Saturday I still have reps going. I still have reps going. They're not necessarily selling reps, but they're selling different things. And I make around $1,000 each day. I pay $40 for the spot, and I make like anywhere from like $813 to like 1,000. Nothing crazy, but I make money because people are actually coming to get deals. You know what I mean? So that's
Right.
another option. Yeah, like that's a really good option.
And would you like mention the reps or you just like, oh, or if they don't ask, like here it is.
Yeah, if they don't ask, I don't tell. Online, I never say it's real because especially eBay is a bad place to fake because eBay always sides with the buyer. They don't side with the seller. Like the seller never is right. So like in person, if they ask, are these real? It's a couple ways you could go about it. You can go about it by saying, I just work for the company, ma'am. And you know, we are here. I'm here on behalf of whatever your company name is, if you have a company name. And yeah, we just got these in. Like override the objection. So like when they say, hey, are these real? Yeah. I mean, we just got these in. Like, what do you mean real? They sell fake ones? Like, you could do that. Now, the only the only thing is if you're gonna be in a spot where they can come back, then you got to make sure you write a receipt, no refunds. You know what I mean? Final sales only, put on the table or something. Um, because you don't want them to come back, but yeah, it depends on your price point, or how you're pricing it as well. Like if your price is something crazy high, then obviously, you know what I mean, they're going to be more intentional when they find out it's fake. Like I had people that I've sold, I didn't tell them it was fake. They came back 3 weeks later talking about, I went to Apple to try and pair this to my MacBook, and they said this was fit. And it's like, damn, like certain things you can't override. Like you can't really say much. But then I just say, hey, I completely understand. That's why it was this price, man. But anyway, we don't take any we don't take returns, and usually I'm fine. But I never act as the business owner. I never, you know what I mean? Like I just act like I'm doing my job. You know what I mean? So that's a really good hint on how to get away with that.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
So back to like the eBay thing, where would you like mention it? Like it's rep, like a
Let me move this real
description
quick.
or
Let me get, because I want to. You said where would I mention it? The rep part. I wouldn't mention it. That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't mention it at all. Like I wouldn't say they're fake or they're real, because you remember on eBay I said we don't put the brand. So if we don't put the brand, we have to put unbranded. So if we're not going to put the brand, we put unbranded. Us saying it's unbranded is already saying that it's a replica. You see what
right.
I'm saying? So like, let's
Yeah,
say somebody wanted to get a refund, then you appeal and you say, hey, this person says that it's not Apple, but I never marketed it as if it's Apple. And
got
that's
you.
why it's important to take the product pictures outside of the box, because taking that product picture outside of the box um would make it be like, well, I never even marketed it as being or looking like an Apple box. You know what I mean? Like you just want to be able to think 10 steps ahead. Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh. Because that's like the most important thing, is like to avoid um showing the customer what to complain about, if that makes sense. Like I'm not going to show you any Apple signs, but I'll let you assume that the Apple sign is on the box.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And if they ask you, now let's say a customer asks you, hey, is this real Apple? Is this authentic? Let's, like on eBay, they literally message you that, because this happens. They do. They'll message you, because they do it with cords, they do it with chargers, all that. Is this authentic Apple? So you can go two ways. The first way is, hey man, I'm selling this because I got it as a gift. Or I'm selling this because I don't need it. I got two during my birthday or whatever. Um, this is it came with a receipt, so I'm assuming yes, ma'am. Or yeah, like I have no knowledge of it being fake. They have fake ones? Question mark. The other one is no, this is not Apple. This is OEM. And if you say it's OEM, then OEM is basically it came from the same factory, but and it's using the same parts, but it's just not using the signage, the exact signage of Apple, but it will act and work just like Apple. So
Right.
that's the way, yeah, that's the way I would put it.
Got you. So what have like you transitioned to like on your reselling journey? Like what are you what do you mainly focus on now for you?
So I got a website, wesply.com, where it's like a whole bunch of like electronics that I personally sell. Um, so what I do is I usually sell, like I have these products here because I'm actually shooting videos for them, and I have a class today on my Resellers Academy where we're going over this. But I sell Type C to Lightning chargers. I sell Type C to Type C. I sell USB to Lightning and USB to Type C chargers. I sell 10-foot chargers. I sell MagSafe cases. I sell tempered glass screen protectors. Um, I sell charging adapters and cord bundles, like literally adapters, Apple Watch chargers, even generic headphones. Also, where is it at? Also, iPhone 7 headphones. I sell the MagSafe battery packs as well. This is one of the best sellers right now on eBay. This week, we're at 25K when it comes to combined eBay accounts that we work with. And the majority, I would say 75% have been this. So if I was you, I would start selling these. These, you don't have to save our replicas. And these don't get flagged. This is just an OEM. This is an OEM MagSafe charger. So that sells. And yeah, those are the products I sell. So like right now, let me show you. Let me move this. So like right now, like I just got off a live on YouTube and I was telling people about you hustler. I was telling people about the product reselling academy, right? So this prime example. Now I'm not saying you have to join this or anything, but this right here is where I think it could benefit you in the future or now wherever in your selling journey you are, because I just started this today. All members get a free product box every month. Like I send you products every month for you to resell. But I also teach you how to resell, also give you outlines. So prime example, if you want to learn how to create a business eBay, this tells you everything on how to create a business. All of this stuff teaches you everything on every step, literally every step on how to create a business eBay. Master Mercari, it teaches you how to create a business Mercari. We have the art of negotiations as well coming, but also cross platforms. So Amazon FBA, eBay, of course, Facebook Marketplace, all of that, how to sell on there. And then we have every month I do a selling app audit, right? And what that is like, let's say your eBay, we'll have a face-to-face just like this. And we would actually have your eBay here. And we will be going over what your eBay looks like and different things you need to change or keep on your eBay. And then every single Wednesday, we have the Q&A where it's just like this, but it's more people that's reselling like you. And we answering and asking questions all together. And then, of course, you know, on Sundays, I'm not sure how long you've been watching me, but I do Plan of Attack Sundays where I'm planning my motherfucking week. Like, yo, this is what I need to make. And I'm hammering it down. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I want to do. So this is something that I think in the future, if you're ever interested, would help you with this, because it seems like you want to do it. But I will be honest with you. I wouldn't continue to do it with replicas for too long. You know what I mean? You already invested your bread in those replicas, so knock that out. And I know you want to make the profit, but it's selling real products or products that are not replicas that look exactly alike. They're going to make you the same amount of money, but you're going to have to wait a little longer. But let me tell you, the beauty of it is you'll wait a little longer, but it will also become a residual. Like it will just sell. You see what I'm saying? Rather than you having to keep waiting for the reps to come to you. Then you have to sit there and hope that you can sell them on the platform. Less of a headache. So yeah.
Right. So you're saying instead of AirPod like reps, like get real ones and resell them?
Get real ones or get smaller products and get smaller products. $10 1,000 times, right? Getting $10 1,000 times is way better than going ahead and getting the 200 for 200 times. Like you got to think of it in the long run. Like, yes, you may think you're getting the more money right now, but you're getting that $10 1,000 times every single month. You see what I'm saying? On a repetitive basis. So yeah, and then you're not getting as many return requests. it's like it's so much, bro. Like, because somebody can get your maxes and they can be awesome, but they find out that it's not real and just be a butthole and just try to return it. Like it's like people like that, man. Like it just opens you up for more of a problem, you know. And I got tired of it, sick
Right.
and tired of it, to be honest with you.
Got you.
Yeah. Because we all got families to feed and we don't got time to be driving, enjoying our day. I'm not sure if this ever happened to you, but you're enjoying your day and then you get a message from eBay and you're like, yo, you know what? I'm going to go back in the crib. I'm going to go back home and be away from everybody because they hold my money. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's how I would handle it personally.
Let's see. Once you started making like money reselling and stuff, like how did you make it so like or like how'd you deal with like the taxes and like pretty much just transferring all that money into your bank account?
Yeah. So, okay, that's a good question. So when I first started making money, I wasn't making that much. So, $600 a month, and it came to like 500 and something a week. So I wasn't making that much, and I wasn't paying taxes at all. Tax evasion was my specialty, right? So, um, I would honestly not really care at first, but then when you start making a good amount of money, then you realize why you got to put your social into eBay, or you got to put your EIN into eBay, because all of that becomes tracked when you're selling a bunch of money. I mean, when you're making a bunch of money. So the way I do it is I have two bank accounts for my selling apps. I have a savings account and I have a checkings account. My savings account is where all of my money from taxes go. So I know for a fact that every time I make a sale, since I make so much money, right, from it, every week I tally up with my accountant. But if it was just me, I tally up how much I made. Okay. So let's say we made 500. I would say, okay, I made 500. I ain't going to touch the 500 yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 10% from that 500 and I'm going to put it into the savings. That's it. And I do that every week. The rest is my take home, okay, or my investment back. But the reason I did that was because at the end of the year, when it comes to paying my taxes here are 8%. So it wasn't 10. But what I ended up doing essentially was overcharging myself so that I have leftover money at the end of the year. And I also pay my taxes, and I make, just in case I made a miscalculation, the leftover money I had would make up for anything. You know what I mean? So like that is like what I do in my theory, basically.
Got you.
Yep. What do you do
Do you
currently for
like the
taxes?
banks? Uh, right now, just like the regular stuff, you know. But
Okay.
I've been like thinking, like, what if I make 2,000 off of this and just transfer it all to my bank account where they get like suspicious or like would they ask a bunch of questions?
No, no, they wouldn't ask a bunch of questions until it's like 10,000, 12,000. But you about to say, do the banks do what?
Do they ask you like how do you make the money? And if they do, like, what do you say?
So yeah. So all my bank accounts that deal with my businesses are my business bank accounts. And when you create, do you have a business bank account yet?
Nah,
Okay. When you create the business bank account, you already tell the bank what you do. So like you don't really have to tell them, moving forward. But if you are somebody that just has your own personal, um, yeah, they'll end up asking you. Even the selling apps will end up asking you. But what I would do if I was you is I would say, you know what? Let me get a bank account just to avoid all of that. Because yeah, that could happen. But if they did, you have your receipts because eBay makes a paper trail already. So you would be straight regardless.
got you.
Yeah.
Should I like consider starting an LLC or not
Apps,
really?
apps, the heck absolutely. Absolutely. Like 100,000% yes. And don't pay for like an LLC is EIN is free to get. Don't pay nobody to do that. And to register with your state, it should cost like $125. It ain't gonna cost nothing crazy. Don't let people finesse you though, because people will finesse you and they'll be like, yeah, I can create you a whole business for $385. You know what I mean? And it's like, don't even cost that much. You're really paying a lot for people to actually just do the labor.
Right.
So yeah, that was a mistake that I almost made, but did not make. So that's the reason why I'm telling you about that. So
But
yeah.
when making it as a reseller, what should I like say? Like I don't know. Like I run a reselling business, or I
No,
cover up
no,
with
no. You
something
don't run a
else. I don't know.
reselling business. What you run is an electronic shop. You run an electronic business. You run like you. What I want you to do is get into the mindset. See, that's why. What I want you to do is get into the mindset, bro. Like you're not just somebody. What you doing right now? The fact that you on this call right now, you're not just anybody. You are literally. You're not a reseller. You're a business, and I can tell you that because obviously, at the time of actually talking. You're a business, bro. Like, don't sell yourself short. You're what you're doing is 100% legitimate. Like, don't get it twisted. Just because you're selling replicas does not make you how can I put this? It doesn't make you um any less. Like, just because you're selling replicas doesn't make what you do not a business. Like you still have a business, and obviously you're trying to scale the motherfucker. So no, like no. We're not gonna downplay it. No, you are a an electronic business. So yeah, that's how I would address it as a reselling business
Gotcha.
or a um electronic store, an online electronic store, or I do e-commerce. You get me?
That's what I see. Yeah, that's what I see. Like a lot of the big guys do. Like I don't know if you follow a lot of them, but that's what
Like
they
who?
say. They do like e-com. Like I know AK Moves. Uh,
Okay.
some of those guys.
Yeah, I don't really follow any of them because I put myself in like a little different lane because like this isn't like an internet thing for me. This is like literally, and I'm not trying to be smart, but like this is literally my life. You know what I mean? Like I have two children, and this is how I feed them. You know what I mean? So like I started from nothing, bro. Like I started in a room that looks just like yours, like Michael Jordan. That's my guy. You feel me? You know the ball. All
Yeah,
right, bet. You feel me? Like, listen, I started, bro, like from nothing, like, and just having to figure this shit out myself. So, like, like flipping phones was my first thing, but like me getting to the point to where I'm at now, I consider it like, yeah, legitimate. Yeah, I do e-commerce, but before I say I do e-commerce, bro, I'll be like, yeah, I gotta, which I have literally, like, I really have stores, but I say like I have an electronic shop. Like that's just what it is because that's what it is, literally. Like, and I work my ass off for that. You know what I mean? And obviously, and I will say that like you worked your butt off to get to where you're at. So yeah, don't you, and it's easy to get a business and it's easy to register it, but you're going to have to pay taxes, and that's going to be the difference for you, is that you're going to have to, even if you don't make any money, you got to pay taxes. And a lot of people don't realize that with business, even if you don't make money, you have to pay taxes. It costs to have a business because you're a business. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know all the Utah rules and everything. You would have to do your research on that, but a business is a responsibility. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like you, and I think that, you know, anybody that anybody that works with me, even if it's just for a call, um, I gain respect for when you spend your hard on. What do you do for a living?
I just help people like with mental disabilities.
Hmm. Okay, so you help people with like you spend bread. Let me ask you something. How long do you think? How many hours? We're going to be exact. How many hours do you think it would take for you to make? I'm just saying in general, not you as a person, but in general. How much money? How much hours? Excuse me. Would it take to make $1,000 in your opinion? Or how much? How many hours should it take to make $1,000?
How many hours should it take?
Yeah,
I think like 1 or 2, bro.
1 or 2. And how many hours would it take you in real life right now to make 1,000?
By like a whole week.
A week. Okay. So I think knowing that, do you have a whiteboard in your room?
Yes, sir.
I could
Like
tell.
right above my head. Yeah.
You want to know how I could tell? Because getting to the point to where you're at in the mindset that you got, like how you said a week, a lot of people wouldn't answer it that way. A lot of people probably be like, like 2 weeks, or with my check, I get this or that. Like, you have it in you to make it in the 2 hours that you just said. But the difference is, bro, you got to sell a higher quality product, and you got to start taking yourself serious. Because see, when you selling the replicas, yeah, they do sell, but they also cost you more than what you pay to get them. Because if you get a chargeback and somebody rips the box open and or puts them on the airs and or forgets the charger, right? That costs you money. You can't sell them that replica for the amount that you originally sold it for. So you got to think about that overhead. You have to think about that overhead. And like I put all of that into account when I was like, you know what? Personally, I'm not going to continue to sell them. I want to do some good business as far as like just do it regular, because bad business was the only thing that was following me with reps at the end of the day. Like it just was too many chargebacks for me. Too many chargebacks. And my reps, even my AirPods, they got the seals. I take them out the plastic. They find my iPhone. You can actually use the Find My iPhone app to make the sound to find them. Everything, noise cancellation, everything. But people would just complain. That's just it. Or buyer's remorse. It's another thing that people do. They have buyer's remorse. So I think that's where the hardship comes. But I think really, bro, all you really need, lock in with people that are resellers around you or online. Lock in with people and then keep surrounding yourself around individuals that are reselling. Do you have any friends that resell or?
Not here where I live at, but I'm trying to like make connections online.
Yeah, yeah. Keep doing that, because again, that'll help you. That'll help you. And then you never know what doors you unlock. You know what I mean? Like I met a repair guy. So like I repair phones too, but I don't do that anymore. They do it at my stores, but I'm less hands-on, obviously. I sit in the house and make videos for a living. You know what I mean? And sell products and ship shit for a living now. So like I met a guy, just how me and you were talking, and he booked a call, I believe. Um and he was fixing phones in a van. And he took my phone flipping course and we started to work, and he used some of my buyers. Long story short, we ended up opening up a repair shop in Atlanta. And I needed expansion. Like I needed somebody that knew how to already do it, but I just didn't know nobody in Atlanta. You know what I mean? But it just happened that this person came along, I networked with them, and now I make residuals off of his shop. And it's cool, because he wins and I win. But networking is so crucial and key, bro. Like it really is.
Oh yeah, man, that's awesome.
So yeah, definitely just keep going. How did you hear about me? I always ask people this just because I just be wanting to know how I can do better, or where I am being found.
Yeah, I found you on YouTube.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. What were you looking up? Do you remember?
I think just how to just like reselling stuff, just pop it
Okay.
up. It just popped
Okay.
up on my recommended, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
started
Okay.
watching you and really
Yeah.
connected with you.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah. I did a live today where I was talking about, and I was just talking to my friend about it. I got to get better. Like that's how I think, bro. Like I got that mindset where it's like every day I got to get better. Even if I'm cool where I'm at and maybe I'm not stressing too much as the next person, but I still got to get better. Like I still got to sell better products. I still got to be able to reach more people on social media or apps and stuff. Just got to get better. And if you keep that mindset, it's just the sky is the motherfucking limit, bro. Like it's the limit. Like it's no limit to where you could take this, bro. And I'm telling you right now, it may seem like, oh, I'm reaching a certain plateau, but I'm telling you, if you keep at it, keep investing in yourself, right? But the only critique I would give you is start investing in just like regular products. But you do that, it's not going to be as fast as you want, bro. I promise you it's not. That's number one. But number two, it's going to pay off. I promise you if you don't quit on yourself. You know what I mean? You got the whiteboard. Hold yourself accountable. Put a number that you got to make every single week, right? Each week, put, I want to make 1,500. All right, bet. Did I make 1,500 the next week? Obviously, if you didn't make that number, you're doing something wrong. Change it up, switch it up, and keep doing that until you see, oh shit, that did work. Once that happens, you unlock something, and then you do it again. Once you hit the next one, you unlock something. Like you start to actually see, like, oh, because a lot of us we get stuck in doing shit and we getting the same results over and over and over again. And it's like we think that it's good because it's still happening. But what the hell, bro? Like, we got to do better. We got to do more. You know what I mean? So, like, that would be my advice to you. Is just to do that. Like, and that's what I tell a lot of people that I work with is that, like, don't get too content. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, don't get too content, bro. Like, keep grinding.
Oh yeah. Respect.
Yes, sir. Anything else?
I think that's all I got for
Okay.
today. Yeah.
Yeah. Tap in with me. Think about it, bro. Join the academy if you ever need me because that's free calls and stuff. So you don't pay no $79. But just again, I'm here, whether it's just on YouTube videos as well. I got the Discord. I'm not as active on the Discord as I am in the community, but that's another place where some hustlers are as well. But yeah, I'm all about just grinding, bro, and just getting better. Um, and again, just you're a reseller. Give yourself some credit, and you got to do better. You know what I mean? A lot of us we don't hear that throughout the day. We do not hear people straight to our face tell us we got to do better. You know what I mean?
That's
And I
true.
think we all need that sometimes. You feel me? Like, because we get comfortable. So yeah, that's what I
Hell yeah,
got,
man.
broski. If you need me, let me know. If you haven't, if you got any questions, you obviously have my email as well. I definitely look forward to working with you in the future. And I appreciate you. I really do. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah. I appreciate you too, man.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man.
All
Have a good
right.
one.
Peace. You too, man. Be safe.